Okay, so now we have the Wanderlust or Wanderlust 7.5 inch spring assisted opening, which is probably means it doesn't have bearings in it. It is a rubberized handle, 3.25 inch stainless steel. So I think everyone should keep in mind that all of these knives right here, they're not the grade of these knives right here. These actually come in their own boxes, own packaging. They're a $10 and up knife. So they're a little next grade style knife. And so there's a little more in them. These are all still the $7 knives. The display knives hanging on the carousel display out front. And well, get it out. Uh, and so keep that in mind when you're looking at these knives. Uh, so this knife is a full inner liner. It is a liner lock, of course. Um, it is completely covered with the rubberized handle. The only exposed liner is right here where the, I think, second thought lanyard loop hole would be. I think they just had, well, let's just drill a hole there. I think they would have been better leaving the handle portion covering this section and drilling the hole through and maybe chamfering the hole outside. I think that would look better and probably feel better. It is a recessed pocket clip, left or right carry, tip up, and it is a medium heavy. Now this, of course, with this handle, it is rubberized, but with this handle, that is a significant handle. That is fine. That is a significant style handle. I think that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and see. That has some drag. Now the actual spring is kicking in right about there. We'll get it closed. You've got a very minute flipper tab on the back. So let's just try, well, of course a light switch is going to work. You're just not going to be able to not open a knife that way. Push button. Of course. Spring assisted, it's going to have to work. And then with the thumb stud. Good. And then let's try to flicker. You have to put a little more effort into it, but you can flick it open. And the effort is getting it to break loose from the handle of the knife. But once you get to just look at this, you can see that the thumb stud is very close to the handle. There's no cutouts. A cutout in here, kind of a chamfer, would be nice touch to catch it, because the thumb stud is almost even on the side. The edge of the scale is slightly rolled, but you're still trying to catch it. There's not a whole lot of jimping or whatever you want to call it on that thumb stud to get a lot of grip, so it doesn't feel real grippy, if that makes sense. So the blade is looks like a good blade, feels like a good blade, got some width to it. There might be, no, I don't think there is. I was wondering if there was discoloration. I don't believe. It is hollow ground. It does feel very sharp. No. Slight rolling right in there. That's just the barest of rolled edge in there. So I think that's pretty cool. Almost a non-existent finger, a sharpening choil, but it is there. It does have some. This right here is not the greatest. I'm going to tell you now, I'll give it a thumbs up just because it feels fine. It opens good. The rubberized handle feels good on it. Over time, I wonder if it would get sticky. If not, I think that it would be fine. I'm I'm not really crazy about liner locks anymore because of the axis locks, the cross locks, the shark locks, all those variants. I like those so much more, and the button locks. I like those so much more that I'm not really crazy about the liner locks anymore. I love a knife that has bearings on it, and I prefer a manual knife because I just love that flippy floppy blade type feeling. I think that's pretty cool. It's a solid open. When that blade hits lock open, you can feel it. You can feel the recoil of it. So it's a good solid spring in there. I'm not crazy about assisted knives, but that's okay. I don't think it's anything bad about them. And it's actually easier to flick, spidey flick, or whatever you want to call it, a spring assisted knife. So practice with a spring assisted knife if you want to learn how to spidey flick, because it'll be easier, and then graduate to a manual knife that you can spidey flick it. And then you'll find that that one's easier to get the feel of. The blade closes enough that you can't get a good purchase on that blade. So you can't really get a good purchase on the. So I did it. Wait a minute. So maybe where yeah. So with a spring assisted blade, I can do it the way everybody else does without holding it with my finger. I can flick it open. Ha ha. So now, see, I am a knife guru. I was a poet and didn't know it. So, do I recommend this knife? I'm going to say yes. I'm recommending most of the Ozarks, but understand that I'm recommending them as a specific. The fixed blade knives, they need to fit your hand. They don't fit my hand, so I don't recommend them for me or anybody with big hands. But the right sized hand, I think they're pretty cool. This right here, I think it's got a lot of pokey spots. Nothing really bad for me, but I think it will wear on your hand. Because I can feel the pocket clip on it. This right here, that flipper stud is got some hard edges. Let's just put it that way. The handles, even being rubberized, though, they kind of feel a little bit cheap. But I think the knife is fine. The steel, I got to go back to the first one that I looked at in the series, and that's the last no-name brand that's hanging out there on the Ozark Trail counter. Just says a 7.5-inch knife, like these said in the beginning. And most of the blade is serrated. That is just like, do not touch it, leave it alone. This is better. Everything is better than that knife. Then the Glacier, I think, is a little cheap feeling. And then there's another one, Cumulus, or I don't remember. It's the aluminum handled 940 blade-ish type knife. It's fine, but it's just too thin for my super liking. This knife right here has got the thickness to it. It's just got a little bit. I mean, it's got the thickness. It's got the weight. It's not really bad holding it. It's just, I don't know. I can't really explain it. I'd buy it. Yeah, I'd buy it. Would I carry it? No, I'm not going to carry it. I'd put it in a tackle box. I'd put it in a junk drawer or something like that. Are there better knives? Yes. And there are better knives on the shelf. This is a better knife. I'm not crazy about spring assisted knives, but that's okay. That's fine. If you like them, then go for it. It's not really bad in the hands. It's just a few things that I would change about it. And I would change, this section back here. I would just extend the handle down, drill it all the way through the scales and the liner, and chamfer the outside, and call that the lanyard loop. Other than that, that's probably the biggest improvement I'd make on the knife. So I really can't poop on the knife because it's not super impressive. It's not anything that wows me. The blade is like an average looking blade. I like the blade. Don't get me wrong. I mean, look at there. I like this blade. This one's just a little different profile, but if it was a flat grind, I'd like it even more. Um, but it's not. So that's something that's not super impressive on me. The handles they feel fine, but they're not super impressive. So would I recommend you buy it? Yes, I would recommend it as try it out and see for less than $8. I don't think that you would go wrong. You're not out much if you don't like the knife, and give it away for a Christmas gift. But at the same time, um, I mean, it would be good to take the pocket clip off of it. As a matter of fact, if I took the pocket clip off of it, it'd probably feel better in my hand this way. Maybe it's because of the size of it. It's a pretty wide knife, and maybe that's why I can feel the pocket clip a little more. But regardless, see, this is one of those knives that I don't have to grab the pocket clip. I can put my pinky here on the edge of the scale because it's so wide. But I would recommend it as a plus knife, but not an impressive knife. Let's put it that way. Let's leave it at that. It's what do I recommend it? Yes. Is it impressive? No. I really didn't think I would down these Ozark knives because I was seeing videos of people, trashing them and this and that and the other, and how bad this and that and the other. I really didn't watch any of the videos, just the thumbnail showing "Don't buy this" or "I'm unimpressed" or the Walmart flop or Ozark flop or whatever. Now, my thumbnail's not going to say that on these knives. It's just going to say the knife because the thing about it is, maybe one of them, I might put flop on one of them. But regardless, they're not they're not. This one's not impressive. None of them's super impressive yet. I've got one more that I'm going to review here in a little bit that I hope is even better. But I've liked several of these knives a decent amount. I'm just not super impressed by any of them. There's no innovative upgrades from where they started here, and I think that's what they need to do. They're just pumping out a bunch of different knives to show whatever, but they're not pumping out impressive knives. They probably do just as good really putting a lot into one more bug out killer, and not necessarily that, but just a variant. Potentially, I mean, you could take this same knife right here, and I think they did, and maybe it was, I can't remember which one it was, but put aluminum scales on it, and that's a huge thing. But they're charging $20 for it, and that's a bad thing. So, uh, get you a $12, $14 knife like this with aluminum handles. You did something. Put you a shark lock on one. Get a button lock, and keep it at the $15 mark instead of the 20 or $25 mark. Is it a thumbs down? No. Is it a thumbs up? Yes. But it's an unimpressed thumbs up. Nothing wrong with it. No reason to say don't get it. There are better options out there and probably on the same display. And put a little more with it and do an even better option of one of the bug out killer style knives. So anyway, I recommend it, but I'm not super impressed. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope I helped you out in making a decision. I enjoy spending time with you, and I will send you what? I will see you next time. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.